Hi, I'm Ye, and this is my sign name. September is Deaf Awareness Month, and I'm pretty familiar with it. However, my family really wasn't. And the reason why is because they're hearing and they're Korean, and so that was the culture that they grew up in, and they didn't really recognize or were aware of deaf culture. However, when I was born, I began to share aspects of deaf culture, such as the events, the news, the community, sign language, and education. And all those things that I was able to share with my family, we were able to bond through that. Yes, I was born deaf. However, there is no one else in my family that is deaf. Growing up, I was mainstreamed in school. Efforts to improve the awareness and support for the deaf community. Well, I've been actually obtaining degrees related with deaf education, sign language education, and linguistics. And obviously, the focus has been on sign language. And also, I work as a deaf interpreter, and I travel and I support the deaf community in America and the international community as well. And I actually want to set up an international deaf agency in the area to focus on international deaf people and to welcome the cultures here. Hearing identity and deaf identity are very different, and the challenge has been communication and the lack of opportunities to be able to have deep dialogue and conversation. Yes, there's conversations, but being able to sign allows me to have deep conversations and to feel connected, and that has been a challenge. If a person understands how to sign and I'm able to communicate with them, then we can have deep conversations about different topics, and that really has been a challenge. The problem is that we don't have enough qualified interpreters to work with deaf people. It's been nice, but there's a trust that's a challenge as well. And technology really needs to be improving in terms of visually, because typically I'll have to wait to provide feedback or send reports to help improve the technology. And so it's a little bit behind for the deaf and hard of hearing community, and so the challenge is to make sure that it's equal access. Technology has really helped the bridging of deaf and hearing. And for example, being able to post videos with closed captionings and also being able to just teach ASL, to hearing students in level 1 and level 2, and being able to go out to deaf events and have ASL. And, it's really thanks to social media, Eventbrite, Meetup, and a variety of different apps. And just being able to help bridge that gap. And also filming quality language and, ASL stories and poems and music and art and food, and being able to demonstrate all these different things and share them online, and writing articles, focused with, deaf people and interpreting and education, and just being able to post articles and, that are recognized by deaf authors. The internet has really given us a lot of opportunities, and for interpreters as well, because it's really been more convenient. Some changes that I would like to see in the future is that I would like to see more certified deaf interpreters. They don't necessarily have to be certified, but just having qualified deaf interpreters is good, and we need more. We have different areas such as mental health, educational, legal, meetings and other things like that. And we need to grow this community. And for myself, I'm a language activist. And so I teach sign language and, how ASL is important and explaining that. And so I also explain, the rules of sign language, and it's how it's an authentic language. And, it's not just for fun. No, it's completely different. It's a language, and it's what makes us human. And so I really wanted to take that opportunity to fight for it and to model that 24/7. I guess a fun fact for myself is that, I absolutely love to travel. I love to travel everywhere in the world. And one of the things that I have to do is go see a deaf school in every single country that I go to. I'm just so curious. The deaf culture internationally and their country and their different things that make them unique. I don't try to even teach them ASL. I just want to learn and incorporate that. And so I learn, I gesture, and I just am so crazy about learning their different cultures and their languages. Languages around the world and it's really a gift. And that's really my passion, to be able to write articles and to provide that. And my goal is to have a PhD in linguistics, and once I'm done with that, then to travel and to learn Mexican Sign Language and to be able to donate, to contribute to that community, and then also learn LSF, which is French Sign Language, and to, and then move to Russian and learn Russian Sign Language, and to be able to learn, and then go to Japan and learn Japanese Sign Language, and then go to Korea, back to where I'm from and where I was born, and to learn and document, because I want to collect all of this data and put it in articles and publish it. And that's really my goal and my dream.